guest, Senate President, presumptive Senate President Mitch Carmichael. Welcome back.
Well, good morning, Bray. Merry Christmas, happy holiday season, and
yeah.
Great to be with you.
Well, and I do want to remind our people that you represent Jackson, Roane, Mason, and Putnam counties, and just got elected to another 4-year term, and the Senate has rewarded you with the indications. I guess the formal vote comes in January, but everything points to you being the leader.
I'm excited about the opportunity.
So you do have some big shoes to fill, though, because Bill Cole did one heck of a job.
Dear friend and great. I felt like I walked that road with him, and so thank you.
Okay, so let's talk about this tax situation, because you've got Nick Casey, who's the chief of staff of the governor, said he thinks taxes are the only way to fix it, but Governor-elect Justice said in the campaign he would not raise taxes under any circumstances. You guys seem to be against taxes, so where are we?
Well, the truth is that the indication is that we're over $400 million behind in the budget.
Yeah, I want to interrupt you, because, and I know that the revenue is set by the government, but everybody knew in the last legislative session the talk was it was going to be $500 million.
We absolutely knew this going in. We're very disappointed that the governor did not recognize that the revenue would not be which he projected. He's roughly $500 million short. But having said that, the governor-elect has said during his campaign, no new taxes, and the people of West Virginia embrace that philosophy. The Republican Party, certainly within the Senate and the House, believe that that is not the right way to fix this structural hole of this budget. We cannot keep raising taxes on the backs of West Virginia to prop this government.
Well, this government is too big. We don't need this big a government. I'd argue government's more in the way than they're helpful right now.
Well, and everyone talks about the focus needs to be about creating jobs, and the best way to do that is to get government out of the way.
Well, you don't raise taxes and invite people to come and live here.
Well, exactly, and so we need to recognize from the outset, and the word needs to go forth from this show right now, no new taxes. We should not adopt a philosophy that leads us in the direction of new, bigger spending for this government. Now, certainly it's easy to always want to, say yes to everyone's program, but Bray, we just don't have the money. We have to focus on the real, true needs: infrastructure, roads, fixing our roads and bridges, and water and sewer and broadband issues, and education, public safety, public infrastructure. Those are the things that we need to focus on and get the government out of the way of some of these others.
Right, and if you downsize government and get them out of the way, that creates a better regulatory environment to get people to come in, to get companies to come in here and bring jobs.
Bring jobs. And once we have the jobs, our revenue to this state will grow by keeping our taxes low. Our regulatory environment or climate or regulation should be minimal. Certainly we want to protect the water and the sewer and the air and all that, but we need to be reasonable in this regulatory approach so that jobs and opportunity will land in West Virginia and our people go back to work.
You know, Dr. John Deskins, who is going to be with us next week, he has talked in the past about the lack of urgency. Now, I would argue for the last 2 years the legislator has acted with some urgency, although I would like to have seen you just keep going in special session to get all the stuff done. But we can't wait another year, another 2 years, or 5 years, or whatever it may be. We need help today. People need a job.
You're exactly right, and we come to this legislature with and I'm hopeful that the governor shares this same sense of urgency. We want to walk into that Capitol on the first day of the session with the plans in place to create jobs and opportunity, like our hair's on fire, and that there's nothing that can be. We should work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get this economy moving in West Virginia. Because, Bray, it solves a lot of other problems we have too. Some of these social issues of drug abuse and broken homes. When you have a job and the opportunity, and there's more to a job, I've said it over and over, and you agree, than a paycheck. It's dignity, it's self-worth.
Yeah, and it's looking forward to tomorrow to go do something. You know, that's the thing I think people don't understand. If you start getting jobs in here, you cut taxes, do whatever it takes to be competitive with other states. If you do that, you're not going to have to pay as much on drug rehabilitation or any of those welfare plans.
Right, unemployment, all those things. When we get our people, in this state, Bray, it's so worth fighting for. We have every natural advantage, and you know, we are, I think, motivated with the proper instincts to help these people get back to work by creating the environment. As Speaker Armstead has said over and over, it's not the job of the government to create create jobs. It's more to create the climate and the environment that the private sector creates these jobs, and the people live their dreams.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. It used to be that West Virginia was recognized worldwide as the best workers, the most creative problem solvers, and West Virginians still do that on the national stage. But we've taken away their stage here. We've taken away the mountain stage, so to speak. I mean, we've put our people out of work, and we have the lowest workforce participation rate in all of America, only state below 50%.
Isn't that so sad when you think of where we've been in the past? And this, you know, and I don't want to get partisan about it in any way, shape, or form, but the direction that the former majority party led us in for decades deteriorated our workforce, it's deteriorated our infrastructure, and it's time to revitalize all those things by letting the people's dreams and aspirations come to fruition by getting government out of the way, lower taxes, efficient government, great schools. We are going to be so wonderful in this state. We have every opportunity.
So, Mitch, when will you all actually come into session?
We will officially convene in January the 11th. We'll have a formal meeting, and then because it's a new governor-elect, the legislature will adjourn for roughly 30 days, and then we begin in February with a full-fledged legislative session that lasts 60 days constitutionally.
So in February, you guys will really set about going to work and trying to tackle some of these problems.
Yes, but I want to assure the people of West Virginia and you that we are working right now, developing the agendas that will energize West Virginia and move it forward. And we want to work with the governor-elect on his plans as well.
Well, it actually sounds like you all might be on very similar pages. I mean,
well, I hope so.
You know, you're looking for common solutions to the same problem, and nobody wants to do taxes, so that seems like a win-win.
Yes, and we want to, I mean, we do not want to adopt this philosophy of tax increases. That is not the way to go. Now, tax reform, we're all about tax reform, but have a pro-growth tax reform agenda, but not tax increases.
Well, I don't know of anybody that's going to fight you on that.
Well, I hope that's the case. And
all right. Well, Mitch Carmichael, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. It's great to be here.